3, 2, 1. Talk to me.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Okay.
Three, two, one. Talk to me.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Okay.
Making some good progress here. The oil cooler is out. The DCT oil cooler is out as well. And I've got the power steering cooler as well as the radiator is going to come out as well. But I need to drain that first. Let me put some of these bolts and nuts back on temporary. Man, I cannot. What in the world? Put these on there so I don't have to worry about finding them. Holy cow. This is harder than it looks. Okay, and then everything else is probably going to be good because they all belong to these parts here. Normally I would use my plastic removal tool, but that means I got to go in the inside and get the key. I'm not doing that. Managed not to do was to take loosen this cap, which I'm going to do now. It should flow more freely. There we go. Awesome. But I did that because I didn't want it to just spill everywhere, and I still got some on the ground. But that's looking good. Probably got to have that one ready too.
We've been here before, but I can't remember. I can't remember. Ooh,
I'm not gonna lie. It seems like every time I've had to do one of these coolant hoses, it is hard to get it off the nipple, and then it's super hard to get them on the nipple of the radiator. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this line here. But this thing, it is so hard to get it off that it is actually, this is the only thing holding the radiator down. And as I am pulling, it literally has pulled this radiator back out of the support. So, holy cow. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not using this radiator again. So if I break that off, I do care because it's still some good. I wanted to sell it, but I may have to snap that thing off to get this freaking hose off. I'm gonna have to try to disconnect this other hose. It is a sealed system, so maybe there's just that much more vacuum in there and it just does not want to let go. Let me get my pick tool. It looks like I do want to get this hose off, so let's try that first. See if I have any success with this one. Okay, see, that simply came off, but that is plastic making contact to metal. Just like that front side came off, this is plastic to plastic, a lot of heat cycling. So it's probably just freaking glued to it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna go ahead, disconnect the fan. All right, and that is disconnected. I think all I gotta do is come up. That's good. This is good. Come on, let's clear you. There we go. Everything's clear. Hose is clear. All right, good. What you do not want to do is grip this under here, because when you put pressure there, you are going to break the outer ring of the blades, and it is no good. This fan is $1,000. Ask me how I know. There we go. There we go. Sheesh. Alright, I just want to see if I can get this freaking hose off now. I'm going to put a little bit more leverage on this. I mean, it should just, in fact, I'll tell you what. I know I'm going to lose more coolant. I don't care. That one came right off. Let's see what this one does. Nope, it is freaking on there. That's the newest one. That is freaking crazy. Like, it is. Holy cow. Sheesh. Damn. That was never coming off. That wasn't coming off in the car. Absolutely not. I am making a mess. Let's see if I can get the rest of this coolant out. I think for the most part, what coolant I'm going to get out of that is out. Of course, it's running through the cores. We'll get some more probably to fill up. I don't know if it'll fill it up, but more will go in that bottle. Got a full bottle there. Look like grape soda. It has been a few days. The first round of parts and supplies have come in. The M3 is, of course, still sitting here. And I just noticed something a moment ago, that this comes out, well, at least that side moved out a bit. That is pretty cool. Now, I had seen this before I even knew of this before, but this is a carbon fiber crash bar. That is so cool. Wow. And this is like hard foam. Yeah, foam. It's not soft at all, but it's basically foam. Wow, that is pretty dope. I never knew that. Let's see, will this one come off? Because I don't want to be struggling to put it back in. Well, that one doesn't want to, that side doesn't want to come out. Let me just address this. It is hot. It is triple digit hot. Well, it feels it. It's 90 something, but it feels triple digit hot, and there are some actual triple digit days coming, which has me onto the cooling parts here. You got the radiator, have the DCT cooler here, and then you have the oil cooler there. Even if I thought I was going to put those back on, I would end up taking those off and doing what I'm getting ready to do now. I'm going to go with coolers designed for racing. Now, if I still lived in the Midwest, as I did when I was in Wisconsin, that'd be a totally different thing. I would go with, you know, replacing these with just the genuine parts, or maybe even the OE parts. But in this particular case, it is hot. The M3 needs the cooling. So therefore, my decision is to go with an upgrade. In the box is some oil filter kit, the whole nine. But the main components, of course, that is going to be needed other than oil, one of the two engine mounts that is going to go on, because I know those are going to be trash when I drop that subframe. So that is why we have that. This is the oil level indicator. The one that's on there now, I had gotten some false readings, or had gotten basically a code, engine code in the computer. It didn't trip the check engine light, but when I ran BimmerLink, it did spit this code out before. I believe, in fact, the last time I did an oil change, it was having troubles reading the level, and then it did show that there was some issue with the oil level sensor, which is this guy right here. So the pan's going to be down. Go ahead and pull that off, and we get that replaced as well. These are genuine BMW rod bolts, and I went with ACL Racing bearings. If you are in the process of doing any of these things to your E92 M3 or just your BMW in general, I purchased this from ECS Tuning. I have been buying parts from them for years. I believe the first order I placed with them was a fan clutch for my E46 330 Ci in 2013. Been ordering from these folks for years, but I will put the link down in the description. Cannot forget the Stelvio QV. Here is the filter for the oil pan, because the oil pan needs to actually get dropped. I could not get it done because that drain plug would not come off of the oil pan on the car. As I'm looking in here right now, there's a very narrow tunnel for that plug to sit in. So I believe I'm probably going to have to drill a hole through that to get some of the oil out, because otherwise I've just got a bunch of oil that's sitting in this pan, and as I loosen up all of the bolts that goes around it, that is going to be a little bit of a problem. There is the drain plug off of that one. I will say it even took some work to back this thing out of that. So I can imagine with this being cranked down and the heat cycles that are happening with that. But I can see I am able to tunnel in to this and just go straight through. So that will allow for oil to come out. So once that happens, I might be able to use a different tool to extract the plug, and I might be in business without having to take the pan off.